Welcome everybody to this second edition of our conversation series. And today I'm very excited because we're talking to one of our customers from around the world, actually in this case from India. We've talked in the past about digital commerce being essential, no longer a nice to have. And I recently spoke in the Singapore government-sponsored Monetary Authority of Singapore Green Shoot series, where I talked about omni-channel being incredibly important and having a digital first mindset as a business as the COVID-19 impacts have happened around the world. In Q2, PayPal brought on another 1.7 million new merchants to our global platform to connect buyers and sellers around the world, which is a phenomenal achievement and just shows that the everyday essentiality of PayPal is becoming more important. Today, I have a lot of pleasure in welcoming Amit and Mishra from SkyGoodies, a manufacturing and design business out of Mumbai. So welcome to the second edition of our conversation series, and really interested in hearing your story today about how you've thrived and moved quickly in the COVID-19 time. So welcome to the program. So firstly, could you explain for the audience what SkyGoodies does?
Thank you, Cam, for the warm introduction, and thank you for this opportunity to speak to you. What SkyGoodies does in a nutshell is we create paper products which evoke simple joys in an increasingly complex world. So we have products like this where the process of making is part of the product experience, which means that you buy a kit like this and you actually make yourself a little calendar or something that you can keep on your desk and use. You can make lampshades, and they all come flat. So what we do is basically we provide these kits in both digital and physical form. And our customers can enjoy, relax, bond with each other while making these kits and make something beautiful and feel really good about it.
Fantastic. What really have you had to do to change and respond to the lockdown in India and find new customers globally?
Well, for one, we definitely had to shift to the digital platform because everything physical had pretty much shut down. In fact, our own store was closed for a couple of months. So that left just a few channels that was open. That is our Indian online store as well as our Etsy store for the US market. We had to channel all our energy into what we had left. And very surprisingly, I think it's probably because of the COVID-19 situation that everybody's gotten online and everybody's gotten into this really comfort level of purchasing online. So suddenly we saw a huge spike in our online sales. When we started the business, we weren't looking at the Indian market. We were looking at the US market through Etsy, through PayPal, and that's how it all began. And that's when we decided to convert it into a full-time business. But today, and in the current situation, we have basically our two online stores are still working out, and they're working out great.
So a few things that we did actively once COVID hit was, one, we cut down expenses, we cut back on our own salaries. We started taking other work like custom work so that we could augment the income. Because all the physical stores were shut, we focused all our energy in marketing the digital stuff. So we have printables that you can download and make at home. It's a great activity to during this time, during lockdown. And we also started pushing a lot of effort into social media to promote our Indian store. So for example, putting up a whole lot of new videos where users can just pick up stuff in their house and make something out of it, even if they don't have access to our kits. So it's got a lot of interaction with our fans and stuff. So in all these ways, we are trying to grow the digital and just promoting the online store.
That's great. And the logistic challenges, have they sort of start to free up a bit as the supply chains and your experience, it's opening up better now?
Yes, it's much better. In the last 2 months, it's like almost near normal.
Okay, fantastic. So a question for the audience and some key learnings from you guys, because you've moved very, very quickly to respond to the market condition. So really, what I'm thinking about is, what are the learnings that you can share with our audience around, sort of a digital first mindset and how you go about, tackling those challenges and how you've got to this point of success in rapid time.
So pre-COVID, a lot of our business was coming from B2B. So we were selling large bulk orders to companies like National Geographic, Mattel, and Ashok Leyland. The one impact of COVID was that B2B section completely stopped, and we had to refocus and immediately look at what were our options. So we had an online store. So we started like really pushing the B2C communication and the B2C marketing so that we could reach our customers directly and allow them to digitally download our products and use them at home or ship it to them directly. So one thing was that we cut back all the extra expenses. We immediately refocused our marketing strategy to online and B2C. And thirdly, we quickly set up channels where even like say customers we were not reaching earlier can now download our stuff and use it at home.
And then things like reaching customers across in cross-border sort of markets out of India. I mean, how did you see the logistics network perform? Has that improved? Are products getting to customers quicker? How do you see this, things that have unfolded this year? Are they in a better place?
I think in the past 10 years, both from a logistics as well as a finance technology point of view, things have improved a lot. I mean, I remember earlier it used to take a really long time to hook a website up with a payment gateway with logistics and all. And today, they're all just different businesses that you can hook up. A single owner business can actually hook up with the logistics team, with the tech team, with a payment gateway, with all that is needed to run a proper business. And I think that's become really easy and that has changed. And I think a lot of people still don't know about it. And I mean, that's something that we've taken advantage of, that we need a service. We look for a vendor that can provide a digital solution. And we don't have to employ a whole bunch of people because these services are already taken care of.
Okay, that's great. When you think about the good that might come out of COVID-19 and sort of your change in business strategy, I mean, how do you think about the sort of future of your business now, given you've had to react very quickly, the new customers around the world? Are you optimistic? How do you feel? What good will come through the challenges, I suppose, is what's top of mind for me.
So the first thing is that because customers are choosing the online channel to buy over physical channels, so immediately the power is in your hand to reach a global market sitting anywhere in the world. So I can set up a site, I can link up with Etsy, PayPal or any other service provider, and I can actually reach customers anywhere very easily compared to earlier. So post-COVID, I think that this will change for a lot of businesses. Like earlier, you could choose whether you wanted to have an online shop or not, but now it's a mandatory thing. You have to have an online shop. And the second thing, I think from our business point of view, we are very optimistic because we've seen a huge surge in orders in our Indian shop. Over the last 2 months, we've actually clocked sales higher than we've clocked in our last 7 years on a monthly basis.
Wow. Okay.
And see this happening for 2 reasons. One is that we're able to reach the customer directly and talk to them directly. And secondly, the need for our product, which is like essentially a stay-home activity, is far more now post-COVID than it was earlier. So we're actually very hopeful. Now you're just appealing to customers directly, but I think it's great. You get immediate feedback and growth.
So Amit and Mishra, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's a great example of how companies and entrepreneurs can move quickly in tough times to actually find growth and connect around the world. And I think you give a lot of hope to the 1.7 million new merchants that have joined the PayPal network in Q2 that are trying to replicate what you're doing, which is finding customers around the world and connect and be successful in business. So on behalf of the audience, and that sort of brings to an end the second conversation in our series, but I really want to thank you personally for your time and wish you the best for the rest of the year and and the change in your business strategy, which is digital first, and the future is really right there for you to take. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Cam. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for PayPal. It's a brilliant service. We've been depending on it for the last 7 years.